if you look at virtualizing an operation, of course, it's all about creating flexibility in the first place. You have flexibility to start using those resources in a much more flexible manner. Ultimately, it's also really about saying, hey, because of that flexibility, I can create an agile operation. Okay, and an agile operation is a lot of different things. And of course, it's really about cost and productivity in the first place. You can optimize the utilization of those resources. So whereas in the past you would have very dedicated lineups and infrastructure for specific types of services, you can really now spin up resources or tear down resources and use it in a much more efficient way. So really, yes, it is about cost and productivity in the sense of optimizing the utilization of what you have available. Could be your own resources, your own infrastructure, but of course it also could be partnering infrastructure where you would say, hey, I'm not really going to invest in my own infrastructure. This is a platform economy. I will also interface with other platforms, cloud platforms maybe, or technology partners, and create combined solutions and optimize the utilization of that. But I really think you have to look beyond the cost and productivity when you start virtualizing an operation, because ultimately it's also all about being able to create, to innovate, and to create new service offerings, for example. You're not just looking at how can I take an existing business and transform it and run it in a more optimal and reduce cost, for example, and be more productive. Essentially, it's really all about saying, hey, how can I leverage that flexibility to create new solutions, new business models, for example, redefine how you engage with your customers. That's really beyond the cost and productivity aspect of it. So today, in a lot of these applications, it's about creating ultimate convenience, as I call it, for your users and your customers. What is it that they want? What is it that they need? And how can I offer it in a very flexible manner? So the key goal is not to transpose your existing workflows and services. Obviously, you will do that. But ultimately, it's also about creating an environment there where you will enable the operation, the business that you have to continuously evolve. So I would say, it's a lot about cost and productivity, but you really have to look beyond that as well to get the real benefit from virtualizing an operation. Looking at new business models, new service offerings, how the market is evolving and how you can play into that. Most definitely, yeah. It's really about driving down cost and being more competitive, but it's also about generating those new revenue opportunities. As I said, you can look at tapping into new markets, because in the past, we have an industry that was very professional, very high-end, kind of complex, maybe very specialized. But even the most specialized services can now become commodities that you can offer. Virtualization gives us the opportunity basically to provide a complete digital online experience, even for the most complex services. If you have a good, solid virtualization of your infrastructure and you have good visibility on resources, availability of resources, capacity, capabilities, and all of that, you can really automate and orchestrate the entire environment and ultimately offer end users, for example, the ability to purchase services from you through a digital portal, for example, an online portal, or through APIs. Ultimately, it's really about trying to fit into the platform economy. And I always say you can do that in two ways. You can either be a complete end-to-end platform, try to provide an end-to-end service with everything, all the bells and whistles that everybody would wish for. But then again, I think also in the teleport business, you can really look at being a very specific niche player. And if you do that, the only thing you have to make sure is that you can connect with other platforms so that you can easily integrate with other platforms and be part of an end-to-end service offering where you can easily provide end users the ability to say, hey, I'm going to get a quite sophisticated service, but I can easily book that, I can easily access that, I can easily start one of those services and get that really ultimate convenience type of experience.